So hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Appreciate everyone joining today's live virtual roadshow. We're going to go through, we're going to kind of do a virtual hands-on edition of this through the computer. We'll start things off with a brief slideshow and then kind of walk you through our trailer. If you kind of look behind me here, what we've got set up, and what we normally take with us on the road if we are out and about in kind of I'll say normal circumstances. So first, I think kick things off, and like Dan said, please ask questions along the way. It makes for a better, more engaging conversation. And then also, please apologize. I'm going to apologize ahead of time for any technical challenges we have along the way. So let's kick things off here real quick and kind of go through and give you a brief overview of Beon Stone. So Beon Stone is a mechanically fastened stone. And it's made by an experienced team that has over 20 years of expertise in manufactured stone. Beon Stone has been around since 2012, and they manufacture this product up in Canada, in Bromont, Quebec, just outside of Montreal, in their 35,000 square foot facility. You can see a picture off to the left there of their facility and their yard. So you can see a nice sized facility and plenty of stock to service your needs. Beon Stone has also been primarily installed in Canada since 2012. Instone, as you see there, is the local inventory, and we brought this product on about a year ago and have begun selling it throughout the U.S. We've got 3 facilities that service daily needs on our weekly route trucks in our geography, but we can cover the entire United States via full truckload deliveries and LTL. So our facilities are there in Alsip, Illinois, just outside of Chicago in the Chicagoland area, in Navarre, Ohio, north central Ohio, just south of Cleveland, and then in Millstone, New Jersey, which is north central New Jersey, just in that tri-state market area there. So plenty of inventory on the ground to service your needs. So why Beon Stone? There's many reasons why Beon Stone is a great product for you, for your project, for the home. One is the look. It's a truly a great looking product. More and more designs are calling for a mixed material design, and Beon Stone helps offer a solution for that. As you can see there, a popular look as a combined siding and stone look. Performance. Beon Stone has a system that manages moisture and water better than any product out on the market. Maintenance. Beon Stone is a low maintenance option. Once installed, taking care of the product is fairly simple and can allow you to go ahead and turn that camera off. Sorry, guys. Hopefully this will pick up here. Sorry, it seems like we're having a little technical difficulties. I'm just going to keep rolling and we're going to go, and if it picks back up, it does. So I apologize. So maybe we'll step over here. So maintenance, and Dan, if you want to just kind of keep us posted, my camera person here can help me with how our video is looking. But low maintenance options there.
Yeah, the video right now is on the many reasons why, Rob.
Great. Perfect. So we're going to keep going. Labor is a big challenge with our current, not our current state, but say pre-COVID, is finding skilled masons out there is a challenge. It's a trade and an art that is losing qualified people that are doing that project, but people still want stone on their home. So Beon Stone helps offer a solution to that. And cost. Overall, it is a cost-effective stone solution. So a little bit more about Beon Stone. So Beon Stone combines style and elegance with performance. So great looking product that's going to perform for your home and the life of your home. It's lightweight. It's only 10 pounds per square foot. It's got an interlocking system, which has got a Z-shaped shape to the panel, which you'll see here in a little bit. The moisture management system, or the D-rain or drain system, is what we've talked about, and I'll kind of show you some details behind the stone to show how that works and how it helps manage water to get off the wall. Height, compared to some other manufacturers of stone out there, the height of this panel helps lend itself to a larger stone profile. So this panel is 2 feet wide by 1 foot tall, And that foot tall height really allows for a larger, more natural looking stone. It installs and performs in all climates, from 100 degrees to 100 below. You can install a Beon Stone. So what's really nice about the product is it doesn't, you're not going to be prevented from the project continuing on. You can go out and install this stone when it's cold and below freezing temperatures, and you don't have to worry about extra costs as far as installing, tenting and heating the traditional masonry install. And then one of the best parts about it is the warranty. It's got a 50-year transferable warranty. So pretty much lifetime for probably most of us for this product. So Beon Stone, the D-Rain product. So this is where I'm going to kind of flip, turn the camera on, make sure all our technical stuff's working. Awesome. So hang right there. Let me go get my panel. So we talked about Beon Stone. Here it is, live and in the flesh, right? Pretty cool. So if you look at this, this is a 1 foot tall by 2 foot wide panel. So when we talked about kind of large natural stones, if you look here, you can see those big natural looking stones and not little small little chinkers. It's got the mechanical fastening strip up on the top, but on the back is that D-Rain or drain system, that moisture management system. You can kind of see how that works, right? So we've got this reinforced metal fastening strip at the top, but what we truly have behind all this is a gutter and downspout system. So when water gets in between the gaps of the panel, it's going to run down these gutters, down these downspouts, exit out the bottom of the panel to the next panel, to the next panel, and then eventually pass out the bottom of the wall. The bottom of the wall has a starter strip, which I'll show you in a moment, that has weep holes built into it, so it allows water to come out. The other thing that's nice about this panel is these air gaps here. So if you look, you can see that this panel is standing off the wall, about a ½ an inch. So as it sits off the wall, when you get a lot of humidity outside and condensation that's going to naturally build up on the wall, you want to make sure that it has an opportunity to dry. So not only is this panel standing off the wall, but these gaps right here allows air to circulate and keep that nice and dry. So let's take a kind of a peek behind the curtain here. And let's look at the D-Rain system without the stone on the front. So the stone would normally be here, but if you look at it, sorry, just trying to get set up. So now you can start to see these tapered gutter systems into the downspouts that travel down along the bottom of the system. So air gap here, allow air to circulate, and then the water is going to drip down here, here, and here. Also on the sides, the channels are set up here where water is going to run down into the next panel. So that's kind of a peek behind the curtain of how the D-Rain or drain system works. Any questions about that, Dan?
Just one question. What's the length on the starter strip? I know you're going to be bringing that up shortly, but just the length on it, and if you could show the starter strip.
Yep, definitely will. So let's just get into that, right? We're going to go right to myself. See, there we go. All right, well, come on, check that out. So let's go over our installation wall inside our trailer here. And you can see we've got a demonstration wall here. So again, once things get back to normal, we'd love to bring this trailer out to you in person and have you come do an actual hands-on. We can come out to your market, we can drive around the market, go see contractors, installers, even architects to take this traveling showroom out there as a sales tool. So please get in contact with your Instone sales rep and get those on the books today. Let's get them scheduled for later this summer or into the fall. But here's that starter strip that we talked about, right? 4 foot long. If you look at it, it's got the gap there. We probably need to scoot back here towards a little better Wi-Fi access. So hopefully that's improving. But if you look at that, there's that channel where the bottom panel is going to fit into. There's holes perforated on the bottom there, and that's going to allow that water to come out. So when you're installing the product, you go ahead and, yep, we're gonna keep the camera right there. So if you can kind of angle it down there, perfect. When you're installing the starter strip, this will go at the base of the wall. You're going to put the starter strip 2.5 inches above where you want the stone to be finished, because that first panel is going to hang down and over and conceal the starter strip. So you don't have to worry about it being seen. You're going to go ahead and screw this in to every stud along the way. Every 16 inches, go ahead and screw the stud in. Using a longer screw is probably best, probably like a 3-inch screw, but you want to make sure you fasten in the stud for the starter strip. When you're coming along and you have other starter strips to butt up against, you don't want to butt them up tight, but probably leave about a 1/4 inch gap for natural expansion and contraction of this. But once you get this up nice and level, you're going to install your first course. And you can see here, we install the course of stone. Once you get this first course set up, leveled along the way, and you'll want to check that first course along the way. The starter strip, if you see here, it's got a little bit of room, so it's going to allow some adjustments, minimal adjustments, to make sure you can get that nice and tight out of the gate. But once you've got that first course set up and level, it is going to be a breeze from there on out. You can go ahead and install and fly along. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. When you're installing Beon Stone, you want to use 3 fasteners per panel in most applications. In this application, we're going to use 3 fasteners. And I'm going to go ahead and put one of these up right now. For demonstration purposes, I'm probably going to not use the full amount of fasteners required just for speed. But let me show you it here. So in this application, we've got 7/16 OSB, and we're using a 1-inch self-drilling number 10 hex head screw. These are non-corrosive. You can use anything that's non-corrosive. There's a specific ANSI spec that these are ASTM spec that these are meeting. We at Instone and Beon Stone offer these screws, so it's a simple solution. You can add them to your order, or you can try to find them locally. But I would suggest getting them from us just for ease of ordering and quoting. So as you see there, really simple, 7/16. You only need 1-inch screws. And if you look, you can see how easy those panels go up there. They slide back and forth, so it's easy to make adjustments along the way. There's other competitive products out there that aren't that easy to install because of the D-rain system or the drain system that's built into it. We're working with a product that has been manufactured to high tolerances, right? So other types of products out there either use a clip system that you have to use in addition to the stone, or a tongue and groove system into the stone. The tongue and groove system can kind of be a challenge because it doesn't allow for that stone to slide back and forth because it's a poured product. We don't have that challenge with Beon Stone. As you can see, 2 square feet here in this panel, right? We're going to drop it into place, slide it over, and install it. Pretty simple. Away you go. So there's going to be applications where you need to cut the panel. All right. When you go ahead and cut a panel, because you need to make the run fit, you're going to have to make cuts like this. So when cutting Beon Stone, you want to use a dry saw application. Don't use wet. A wet saw will leave a slurry and make a mess of your stone. So a dry cut here. And when you cut this, all you need to do is simply take a bead of silicone down the edge towards the back of the panel. And then when you bring up your other cut edge on the side, that'll seal that nice and tight. Now, that's the only time you need to use silicone or caulk to seal up the joints. And the reason we do that is because we don't want water to penetrate through this joint, because we cut away that backer system. So we want water to go down the face of the stone and go down the next system where it's already been taken care of. So I'm gonna put these last 2 panels up here real quick. As you can see, the stone's going up pretty quick. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 panels up here. We've got 10 square feet that we just installed in minutes while I've been kind of explaining it to you along the way. Add 1 more there to make sure we're nice and secure. And there we go. So if we look back, if you kind of pan back, you can see this really looks great. This is the classic texture. So you've got big stones here, a real natural look. I think this is a great texture to kind of really replicate what a traditional stone wall would look like. So we've got 4 layers here. And as you can see with this texture, what's really great about this texture, it kind of, because of the depth of it, it hides all those horizontal and vertical seams and deceives the eye, and I think it looks a lot better. So get up tight there. So see that seam there. So I think it looks really good. So we'll go on to ways to transition or trim off this product. So just hang right there. Let me get some different options. But first, before we do that, let me bring over the corner to you. So there are going to be times where you need to do an outside or inside corner. When you do an outside or inside corner, you don't need to order corner pieces. You simply use the flat panel that's there, right? You can continue to use a flat panel, and as you can see here, we just simply cut this in half. Now you don't have to always cut it in half, but you can cut it to what the length that's needed. But when you cut that panel in half and remove the backers, you've got a corner. So let me show you this on a full panel real quick. Some really neat tips and tricks to doing a fast install. So it might be hard to see, but there's a notch built into it here, right here. And then there's a notch down at the bottom where you simply take your grinder, you grind down the side here to cut and remove this piece of the backer. And what that's going to allow for is a nice tight stone on stone application. The same on this side. You don't have to remove as much, but there is a little notch here, and you cut this out of the way. Once you pop that out, you will have a nice stone on stone fit. So let me bring this back over to you. So now if I take that panel and I flip it around, once we've cut and removed everything, it's a little bit easier to see. So see over here, we've cut that and it's removed out of the way. And then the same here, that small piece there. So if we take that now, we flip it around, we can take these and interlock these in an outside corner application. Nice and smooth, looks very natural. The same if you took these panels and reverse them on an inside corner application, you get a nice and tight, smooth looking fit. So one panel does it all for you. It is a flat, it is a corner. All it takes is a little alteration there on the back, and away you go. So one thing to touch on, this stone can be installed with 1 person or 100 people. What we found is usually the best application is a 3-person is a 3-person crew. 3-person crew is usually optimal, especially if you've got a big job, long walls. Is with a 3-person crew, you can have 1 person on the saw that's going and unpalletizing the product, cutting it to size, and getting it ready for the runner. The runner is going to run the product back and forth to the wall and take some measurements along the way. And then you've got 1 guy on the wall just hustling along. We've seen applications where you can install 500 to 600 square feet a day with a 3-man crew on a nice long wall. Where there are challenges are we have to make more cuts around windows and doors and to make special angle cuts. So, but speed of installation is paramount with this product. So a couple different trim options and transition options are the different types of sills. So if you're going to, so Beon Stone has a sill, and if we look at the profile there, you can see it's got a drip edge on the bottom, that the sill is tapered, right? And that the nailing flange is on the top. So this is a transition sill. It's rock faced to be a nice trim. And if you put that up on top, you can see how that is a nice trim option for this wall. So rock faced, nailing flange on the top, and then just do your traditional flashing down if you're going with cement siding or vinyl, whatever the top portion is. You'll do traditional flashing down over the sill to make sure water passes out along the bottom of the wall. Another trim solution around windows is the window sill. So if you look at that, very similar looking sill, but the nailing flange is on the bottom. And what that allows you to do is get nice and tight up underneath a window here with proper flashing, and allows you to bring the stone up underneath and finish that off. So when you're coming up under windows or you're coming to the top of your wall, that top course, you're going to need to go ahead and rip down that panel, right, to make that fit. And when you rip that panel down, what that does is you're going to lose the nailing flange. So what you're going to need to do in that application is to simply just go ahead and drill right here, drill, and then countersink. You want to try to find a mortar joint where you can seal that. So you can drill through the face of the stone. Simply, once you've drilled and countersink, you hit it with like a little bead of silicone like that, and then take some dust from your saw and blow that into the screw head. And what that'll do is conceal that screw head and hide it from being seen. Last couple options as far as trim, we've got keystones, and then we also have light boxes to help trim that light box out, and receptacle boxes. So I would try to avoid getting creative out in the field and cutting the panels to make a electrical box work. We've got great trim products right here to help solve that problem. Like I said, you can order fasteners from Instone. We've got those here. These are the proper lengths. We carry them in 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch for over a wood wall. These are available in 250 count. If you need a masonry, if you're going over a masonry application where you need to use a concrete screw, you can use a locally sourced concrete screw like a Tapcon or something similar to that to go over a concrete wall. So as you can see, not a ton of steps to install Beon Stone. There are some tips and tricks along the way that you'll learn. Normally within the first job, people kind of learn their way around and find ways to make it definitely more efficient and a lot easier to install the product for jobs to come. So that's kind of the wrap on the installation of Beon Stone. As you can see here in our mobile showroom, we've got it set up so when we come to you, we can show you all the different textures and colors, and you can kind of go up and touch and feel those and see what they look like in person. Over the internet, with this bad lighting, it's kind of hard to see what those stones look like. So I'm going to turn my camera off, and I'm going to give you just a quick shot of our website and what the stone colors look like. So as I kind of transition over there, we're going to pop this up. There's a brief lag. Sorry about that, guys.
Hey,
all
Rob,
right.
I've got a question if you'd like to field it.
That'd be great.
It's on the tie vac. How many WRB layers are required for Beon Stone?
You only need 1 layer, unlike traditional thin veneer masonry where you need 2. That's not the case for Beon Stone. Just a 1 layer will work just fine. All right.
Perfect.
So Instone has its new website here. As you can see, we launched this just yesterday. Pretty excited about it. Hopefully makes your shopping experience much easier. But if you look, we're going to go to manufactured mechanically fastened stone right here. Click on that. And this is going to take us to the Beon Stone page. And what's great about this page is it gives you some of those brief technical details, and then shows you the 4 textures. So as you can see, we've got Canyon, which is kind of a nice rough stack stone. Classic, which is what we were installing. Element, and then Horizon, kind of a more modern, sleek looking. So if we go into the Canyon texture real quick, you'll see that we've got a couple different colors that are available. We've got Carbo, which is the most popular color in the Beon Stone lineup. Rialto, which is a new color right here. Really nice looking color that's new for this spring. And then Taro. And I'll kind of show you the Taro down here. But if we go ahead and click into Rialto, kind of show that new color off, you hopefully see kind of those purples and blues there. Should be able to kind of highlight any job you've got out there. So we'll go back to the textures. We'll look at the classic texture. In the classic texture, it has the most colors available. It's the most popular profile we have. In the classic texture, we've got Basalto, which is a dark, kind of almost black, dark gray color. Carbo, again, that very popular light gray with some dark gray accents. Grapho, Oslo, which is new for for the spring also, and Porto. So let's take a look at Oslo and Porto just really quick. Let me go ahead and find those. Here's the Oslo, which is a lighter gray. It's got some tans and dark browns that kind of help accent. You can see that there. So that's the Oslo. And then we'll go back and we'll take a quick peek at the Porto. The Porto was actually what we were installing on the wall during the demonstration. So if you go ahead and click on Porto, you can see that right there. So there's the Porto color. Nice dark brown. It's got some great accent colors along with it too. So those are the new colors. So let's go back and look at the last two textures, which are Element and Horizon. Sorry. So the Element texture has got some great color options there, which are the Carbo and the Oxo. If you haven't noticed, Carbo is the most popular color, so you're going to find that at all 4 textures in Beon Stone. And then finally, the Horizon. So let's take a peek at that. That Horizon, we've got Basalto, Carbo, and Guerrero. So some nice different colors and textures to help any architectural look. So with that said, let's kind of just go back to here and we'll kind of get through here. So any other questions that I can answer along the way, guys? Dan, anything else from the crowd?
No, I think you answered it. Thank you.
Great. So I'm going to kind of flip my camera back on here and let you know that Beon Stone's got some great sales resources, not only the website, we're there to support you with brochures, with installation guides, with flip books like we have here. The flip books are a great solution, and instead of carrying around big 20-pound samples all over the place, these are large format. You can see what a full wall looks like installed. Kind of gives you a better idea what more than one panel will look like tied together. So a great sales resource to kind of get it nailed down, and once you get it ironed out to one or two, you can bring in the sample board. So we have all of these along with the samples. We've got a sales team both outside and inside that are there to support your needs, whatever you need. And we'd love to take this trailer out on the road once things get back to normal. So if there aren't any questions, we look forward to seeing you sometime soon and bringing this on the road. If you have any questions after the fact, something dawned on you, please feel free to reach out to your Instone sales rep or contact us at Instone at customerservice@instoneco.com with an email. So if there isn't anything else, I'd like to thank everyone for their time and appreciate you joining us on our Beon Stone virtual roadshow. Thanks a lot, everyone, and have a great day.